Biafra, superstars, media.
My people, now how on a day I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. This is the Biafra Superstars Media. Today, my people, I want to speak to our brother here, Rufai Oseni. Rufai Oseni, I heard what you said. You said Nnamdi Kanu's actions were a bit violent, that you don't like the violent side of Nnamdi Kanu, of what transpired in court. Rufai, I want to put it to you that you're a hypocrite. Because as you see me, I keep my records. I keep my records. Today, I will play what you said about Nnamdi Kanu. That he was being a bit violent. You don't like that attitude. And at the end, I go remind you of your own attitude, of your own violence when the police came to do what they did to you. In your own case, because of for you to give them some cash, some cola nuts, some party coca that they were asking for, you lost your cool and you even vowed to call the governor. You see me, I don't forget anything. But in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, a man who was kidnapped from Kenya, a man who they sent people to go and kill in his house. They sent the military to go and buy him in his house. 28 men died in the process. He found his way to Israel. From Israel, he found his way back to Britain. From Britain, he went on holiday in Kenya. And Nigeria went to kidnap him from Kenya. And somehow, being held for 4 to 5 years. And you are telling me his action in court, you don't like it. That he's being violent. Rufai, how dare you? Fellow Biafrans, I want to hear what Rufai said about Nnamdi Kanu. And at the end, I will come back and shine the mirror back at Rufai Oseni for him to see how he acted when ordinarily the police were stopping him to collect money off him. Particular, what they call the cola nuts in that zoo called Nigeria. If you're ready, listen to what he said about Nnamdi Kanu. He was being clever, a bit crafty by saying, oh, he loved what he's doing, but the violence, but the violence, but the violence. They didn't ask him about violence, but he kept on saying, speaking about this violence. For the past 2 weeks, I've been watching him. This has been his team. Whenever he speaks highly of Nnamdi Kanu, the next thing he speaks about the violence he brings. And I'm wondering, what is this guy talking about? Fellow Biafrans, watch this and I'll come back.
So we need to safeguard our society. Nnamdi Kanu made a very vital point in the court yesterday. But you know me, I don't just like his overreaction and his excessive outburst at his lawyer. But he made a vital case. And what is the case? If a judge has been seen as compromised, you should recuse herself. Binta Nyako is Murtala Nyako's wife. Has against with EFC, a former governor in this country. All right?
Of course.
So she has a case. Her husband has a case with EFC and allegedly also her son. And if Nnamdi Kanu is saying that, the government is saying that, okay, you must do this to Nnamdi Kanu for us to be able to also leave your own side, sort of like a quid pro quo, it's something we should take seriously. And she should accuse herself, like you said rightly. She should accuse herself. So he made a strong point that he's not going to be here and let someone that he knows that is compromised continue to judge his case. You have a right to do so once you get information.
Okay.
Do I support everything Nnamdi Kanu has done? Not totally.
Listen.
I support the fact that, yes, he has a right to shout for the oppression and marginalization of his people. He has a right to be able to call for self-determination and all of that, like he has done.
Listen.
Which are enshrined rights, even according to the United Nations and all of that.
Listen.
But the way it went about and the violence that ensued, I don't support.
Listen.
And the incitement and instigation of violence, I don't support.
Listen.
I think was it Bashir who was referring to, who was citing when Nnamdi Kanu was hitting one of the lawyers. Just keep quiet. Don't talk when I'm talking. You know, that whole thing.
Listen.
That was the one that was not good.
Listen.
That was the one that was not good.
Listen.
Let's just it. That was the one that was not good.
Listen, first of all, you should know when we are speaking, our culture is different. That's what I'm saying. Nigeria need to split up. Our culture is different. What the lawyers did was very, very wrong. Oyendu is not just an ordinary man. To you guys might see him as just an ordinary man, but to we the Biafrans, he's a demigod. He's a god on earth. He's a man we love and we can die for. The way you bow down to your Oba, to your king, and the rest of them, that's how we see him. When he's speaking, the lawyers need to pay attention, not distracting him. It's an insult that Nnamdi Kanu is speaking, and the lawyers, they were busy gossiping, talking loud. To us, it is a different feeling. When he speaks, we listen. It's like God giving a command from heaven, and the angels, they're making noise. It's not done. You listen. That's our culture. So what you see happen in courts, the lawyer should bury their head in shame by, talking and, distracting him. A man is fending for his life. Our leader, a man we love with our life, is speaking, and the lawyers were making noise. And he was touching the guy. The guy refused to stop. He just said, "Don't talk while I'm speaking. You pay attention." Rufai, that's the difference between we and you. Our culture is different. Our way of life is different. The way we perceive the world is different. Our religion is different. Even the food we eat is different. The way we pray to our God is different. The way we interact is different. It is different. Nigeria is man-made. Oyibo man make you one. We ain't supposed to be one. Now, Oyibo man made you guys one. We ain't supposed to be one. We are different people. Yes, the skin tone might be brown or black, but we are different people. That's why to you now, you are seeing something different. That our leader, our God, was speaking, and the lawyers were distracting him. Even Moses in the Bible, that he struck the rock twice. God punished him because that rock was the body of God. God told him, strike the rock once and water will come out. The man went with anger because they were bullying him. He struck the rock twice. Water came out, but God told him, no, you made a mistake. You have struck God. I told you to strike the rock once, and you struck the rock twice. And because of that, Moses was punished. Because of that, Moses did not even see the promised land. Rufai, that's who we are. We are different people. We are gods on earth. We are spiritual entities having a human experience. We are man, and you guys are known as mankind. Mankind means a kind of a man, but man is the original man. To us, we are gods on earth having a human experience. So we are different. For you to see what he did as being wrong is because we are different. Our perspective to life is different. Our culture is different. Let us sink into your mind. Continue.
Those are the things, and other levels of incitement of violence he has done in the past, which they are empirical proof.
You see, he's saying, and other things he's done in the past. Violence, empirical proof. He's proving that Nnamdi Kanu was violent all this while. He's got the proof. This is what he's saying. This is what Rufai Oseni is saying, that he's got the proof of the violence Nnamdi Kanu has done in the past. A man that uses the microphone to speak, all he does is speak on the microphone. The same way Rufai Oseni is in the TV studio speaking, exposing the politicians. It's the same thing. But now, Rufai, in his own ways, he's saying that Nnamdi Kanu has been violent all this while in the past. And there are facts and evidences against him. But in your court, in your Nigerian court, they say that man has no case to answer. But you are here saying that he's been violent in the past, and there are empirical facts that you have against him. You are condemning him for being violent, but your court says he's a free man. Forget what the Nigerian government is doing. Your court said he's a free man, but you are here saying he's been violent all this while. Rufai, what problem have you got with the Biafran people? Why do you speak this way? Whenever it's had to do with Nnamdi Kanu, I've been noticing you. You do a double speech. Oh, what he's doing is right, but he's violence. Last week, you did the same thing. You said, oh, well, Nnamdi Kanu's case is coming up, but why now? He's a good guy. He's died, but his violence, the violence side. Oh, you don't, so support the violence. His violence. I keep hearing this double speech from you all the time. Double speech. He's a good guy, but he's bad. He's godly, but he's evil. He's good, but there's violence. Double speech. I hear that from you all the time. When it comes to Nnamdi Kanu, when it comes to Simon Ekpa and the rest of them. Let's take it back. Take it back. And hear what they said.
Well, I support everything Nnamdi Kanu has done, not totally. I support the fact that, yes, he has a right to shout for the oppression and marginalization of his people. He has a right to be able to call for self-determination and all of that like he has done, which are enshrined rights, even according to the United Nations and all of that. But the way it went about and the violence that ensued, I don't support. And the incitement and instigation of violence, I don't support.
I think was it Bashir who was referring to, who was citing when Nnamdi Kanu was hitting one of the lawyers? Just keep quiet, don't talk when I'm talking. That whole thing.
That was the one that was not good. That was the one that was not good. That's just it. That was the one that was not good.
Listen.
And those are the things. And other levels of incitement of violence he has done in the past, which they are empirical proof.
Okay.
So in all of this matter, it was no sins, but we also saying his right must be respected. That's just it. We also saying his right must be respected. There's been over 400% increase in the registration fee for, I think.
That's just the rule.
Hold it there. I'm not here to discuss the zoo. Now, I will remind Rufai Oseni that when you are pointing somebody with your finger, when you look deeper at your hands, you see the other four fingers are pointing back at you. Today, I will remind you of your own action. In the case of Nnamdi Kanu, we saw what happened to him, how they went to his house to kill him. In the process, 28 people died. He found his way to Israel, from Israel to Britain. He was speaking from Britain. I said he was speaking. The same way you speak from the media, from your studio. He was speaking in Britain to the Biafran people. And suddenly, he went to holiday in Kenya. On a holiday trip in Kenya, your Nigerian government went to kidnap him and brought him back to Nigeria. I repeat, kidnap. And you expect him to be talking sweet? Rufai, let me remind you how you acted. Your actions when the zoo police had an issue with you. You see, it is easier to forget these things. But you see me, I am somebody that I don't forget. I have the memory of an elephant. I will remind you your actions when the zoo police dealt with you. In a traffic, not in your life, not with your life. In a traffic, ordinary traffic, that 100 Naira would have solved the problem. I will show you how you acted. And then, let the people be the judge. Let the viewers be the judge. Fellow Biafrans, if you're ready, let's go there. Watch this. Now to Rufai Oseni. To Mr. Rufai Oseni. This is why I'm calling you a hypocrite. I call you a kettle calling pot black. Because this is you here in this video. Being violent or showing your anger towards the police for doing what is wrong. Just in a traffic stop, you felt this way. But a man who was kidnapped from Kenya, brought to Nigeria for 4 or 5 years now, he's still in the DSS dungeon. When he spoke from his heart, you said, oh, well, you support him, but you don't like the violence part. What do you mean by that? Watch you for just a traffic stop. See your action in just an ordinary traffic stop. Stop. Watch this. Again, you're coming back. You're going back. Hold on there. You will call the governor. You will call the governor. Nonsense. Nonsense. You call him a greedy bastard. You use the word bastard. For because of traffic stop, you felt that way. Let's keep on playing. One more time. Watch. Greedy bastard. You greedy bastards. Rufai, this is what I'm saying. Continue. Now watch him go back. He was so angry. The rage in him was burning. The fire in him was burning. He went back. He went back to the officers. Watch it. Boom. I will call the governor. I will call the governor. Rufai, this is all I'm saying. You see, the internet does not forget. Social media does not forget. This is you here just because of traffic of 100 naira to pay them or whatever. You acted this way. But a man who was kidnapped from Kenya, Rufai, in fact, Nnamdi Kanu is a very gentleman. If not me, that thing that happened to. Even the judge will not even have ESF. I would jump to that this thing there, her dock there. Bite them for ear, chop the ear come out for not listening to me. Pluck her eyes off for not watching and trying to uphold justice. Heads go roll. A man who was kidnapped from Kenya, you are there insulting him. Saying, oh, well, you believe what he did, but it's the violent side you don't like. Come on. We are all humans. You have to show that prowess in you, We are humans. We ain't robots. Now, only a robot would not show that anger, that bit of fire in you. I don't blame you for doing what you did here. What you did here is the right way to react to that shithole, that zoo. But suddenly you keep on saying you love the police, you love the army. God bless the police, God bless the army, God bless Nigeria. You keep on saying that, but see the way they treated you, and you were swearing to bring the governor involved. You've got the power to bring the governor. For those shithole military criminals, you call that and say you love them. Rufai Oseni, be careful when you are dealing with the case of Nnamdi Kanu. I keep on telling you, because I watch everything, I observe everything. I literally see everything on all the major key stakeholders. I watch your activities on social media. Be careful when you speak on our leader Nnamdi Kanu. That's all I'm saying. You are in the media, I expect you to use logic, use judgment. Okay, normally a man should be angry. Say, he was in Kenya. They kidnapped him. Even when he was in his house in the southeast, they came. Buhari sent his military, his Boko Haram military, his ISWAP military, the killers, the terrorists dressed in Nigerian military uniform. They sent him to his house to go and kill him. In the process, 28 people lost their lives. Rufai, how will you feel? If Nigeria send their military to come and kill you in your house, they send their military to come and buy you in your house, and in the process, 28 people close to you, they lost their lives. How will you feel? I know how you'll feel, because in ordinary, just a traffic situation, you've lost your cool already. Ordinary to pay some cola nuts, party Coca-Cola nuts to the police, to the army, you are losing your cool, calling the governor. I wonder how you would then feel if the president of that zoo sent men to come and kill you. In the process, 28 died. Oh my God. This is the problem I have with the Zoo media. They don't show empathy. You are speaking on the case of Nnamdi Kanu and you're saying, well, you know, but you don't like the violence part. Violence? What do you mean by violence? This movement was peaceful. All we did was raise a white flag, not even the Biafran flag. When we started, we were raising a white flag and they came to buy us. We went to church to pray. They came to buy us in church. They came to kill us. And you are telling me that we are being violent? Not only that, he was able to escape from his home. Went to Israel. From Israel, he found his way in Britain. In Britain, they were putting pressure on him. From there, he found his way to Kenya. In Kenya, your Nigerian government went to kidnap him and brought him back. Rufai, be careful with your analysis. That's what I'm saying. Be fair. Be fair, because that light where they shine on somebody else, if they turn the light around, it will shine on you. Look at you and say, I will call the governor. I will call the governor. You are bullying the police. I will call the governor, you guys. All because of a traffic stop. Don't get me wrong. What you did was good. If not me and I have such power, I will slap them safe join. But be careful in your analysis. That's all I'm saying. Your colleagues, your peers, when they were analyzing this news, they were showing empathy towards you. They try not to go deeper. Even me, when I saw this video, I didn't even look at it. Because I understand. I understand from a historical background the way Nigerian military they behave, the way the police they behave on the traffic and the rest of them. And I know how they behave, how they will make you feel like a nobody. Also, you saw what they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu, the same thing. The case, they've said, free this man. Nigeria refused to free him. And you feel that what he did was violent? Or you think all his activities, all these years, was violent when Nigeria were the ones that came with violence? Rufai, don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a kettle calling the pot black. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear. Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Lugard, blame it on Lord Lugard, and it's why Flora show 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation, ever since annihilation. Nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Oduduwa, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.